Joining us on the phone is campaign reporter Sopan Deb, who was at the Trump event in Mount Pleasant, South Carolina. You've been covering Trump's campaign for some 5 months now, Sopan. How did the crowd react when Trump proposed banning all Muslims from entering the United States?
Well, 3 words: long, sustained applause. And it was interesting is Trump did something tonight that he doesn't usually do. He read from a piece of paper. He takes a lot of pride not reading from a teleprompter. And he went on stage, and he even has said presidential candidates should be allowed to use teleprompters. But he actually went on stage and actually read from a piece of paper that he wanted to ban all Muslims from coming into the United States. And the crowd gave him long applause. And a number of the voters I spoke to afterwards, agreed and said this is something that needs to happen. One voter I spoke to said he's, a very committed Trump supporter, said that this is necessary, and said the Charlie Hebdo attacks from a year ago, and said, look, this is just something that we have to do until, quote, we figure out what is going on. Something that Trump said in his speech and in the statement that he sent out today.
Is there any insight from his campaign about why he felt the need to be verbatim on this particular topic?
No, the campaign has been silent on that front, although, a theory would have it that, one of the polls today that came out, the Monmouth University poll showed Ted Cruz pulling ahead of Donald Trump in Iowa, and which would be the first time a poll has shown Ted Cruz definitively ahead in Iowa. So this is likely a way, or possibly a way, I should say, that for Trump to take back the headlines on that. But no clarification or no insight from the campaign as to why exactly that he chose today to release a statement.
Jeb Bush called him unhinged. As I mentioned, John Kasich is using this as a fundraising ploy, saying that if Donald Trump becomes the Republican nominee, that Hillary Clinton's going to win the White House. Is there any concern by Trump insiders, those closest to his campaign, that this might actually be the straw that breaks the camel's back in terms of turning the tide against Trump?
Well, what I will say is this. The people that are running the Trump campaign at the state level and at the national level, they're serious political, people. These aren't people that, do things on a rash level. On the other hand, the other thing is Donald Trump is not handled. He kind of goes at his own pace, kind of does what he wants. He speaks as long as he wants, walks the stage when he wants. In terms of whether this will hurt him long term, the Trump campaign will point to all these statements and say, look, he's been attacked before, and every time someone's attacked him, they've gone down. Lindsey Graham's a good example of this. Lindsey Graham went after him, and his poll numbers have registered. Rick Perry, Bobby Jindal, the list goes on and on of campaigns who have tried to take on Trump directly and haven't gotten much traction. On the other hand, you look at Trump poll numbers; they've been fairly steady over the last 5 months. So far, there hasn't been that strong a stroke of the camel's back. Keep in mind, it was just 6 months ago that Donald Trump, in his first speech announcing his candidacy as president, that he said that the Mexican government, kind of an offhand comment, the Mexican government is sending rapists and criminals over the border. So this is, in some ways, this is kind of par for the course. Yeah. Whether it will hurt him among his supporters, the truth is there's been no evidence of that.
Sopan, good of you to join us. Thank you so much for the reporting.
Thank you.